Hey, what's up? It is DJ. Today we've got our 5th set of fact sheets for Farming Simulator 25. Included are 3 machines and 2 pieces of equipment from Iseki, Lizard, yes, it's coming back, John Deere, and Novak. These are just 4 of the more than 150 brands coming to Farm Sim 25 on November 12, 2024 for PC, Mac, PS5, and Xbox Series. If you haven't pre-ordered FS25 yet, you can check the link in the description for the base game as well as the year 1 bundle. Let's start off our fact sheets today with the John Deere C441 R-Round Baler. It's going to cost you $112,500. 110 horsepower is required, and it will make and wrap 125 centimeter round bales. No more, no less. It will do that at 11 miles an hour, 17 kilometers per hour, and we do have a couple different wheel configurations. This thing is a monster. I'm super excited to have this baler into the game. Finally, we get some nice John Deere balers in the game as part of the base, as well as being able to use some riding wrap on this thing as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. You might remember back at FarmCon, I believe, when Farming Simulator 25 was first announced, and we got to see some of the screenshots and some of the videos. Well, we actually got to see a video of riding wrap being used with a John Deere baler, and well, that's the one that this one is. It's also really nice to see a John Deere round baler come in with the base games. Beautiful piece of equipment pulled by an awesome tractor. It's going to be a fun one. Next up, we've got a pair. First is the Iseki HJ6130 Rice Harvester. You saw this one probably, what, yesterday in the new video that we got to see? Pretty cool. Check that out, by the way. It's going to cost you $95,000, which isn't too bad for what it is. It's got 130 horsepower with a variable transmission, holds 105 liters of fuel, goes 8 miles per hour or 12 kilometers per hour, 2,000 liter capacity for the rice, and it will harvest at 8 kilometers per hour. I think somebody forgot to put that in there. What is that? 4 miles per hour? 5 miles per hour harvesting? It'll do regular rice, not dry rice. And secondly on this sheet is the Lizard Motors Dragon. Now it looks like Lizard is coming back, and this looks to be the truck that we got to see in the trailer yesterday. Truck and trailer, a little confusing with terminology there. $45,000 gonna get you this, so fairly cheap. 180 liters of fuel, holds between 3,500 and 7,600 liters, so we did see that double step up, which is very cool. Weighs 4.4 tons if that matters. I don't know if it does. Variable transmission, goes 50 miles per hour or 80 kilometers per hour, and it has 170 horsepower. You can also see there, it'll hold all bulk crop. And as far as I can see, there is nothing that's a surprise in that list. What is a surprise to me, though, is how much I'm digging this setup. The truck, especially with the Lizard branding on the front, really looks like an Isuzu to me, and it looked like a lot of you guys thought the same thing in the video from yesterday. Of course, you can also see the new Asian map in the background, and I do want to point out that the Harvester does have 2 tracks, so it's going to be able to turn around pretty easily around on itself. I'm also really excited about this truck. I'm trying to remember, I don't think we've ever gotten anything quite like this as part of the base game before. Sure, we've got a bunch of mods that are very similar to this, but Giants themselves have never jumped into the realm of smaller trucks like this. So, hey, I'm all for it. And as far as I can tell as well, this is the first time that we've actually seen the Lizard branding confirmed for the next game. Moving along now, and we have another piece of equipment from Iseki, the PRJ 8D. This is the rice planter, or as Iseki have it on their website, rice transplanter. It costs you $25,500, which is fairly cheap for a self-propelled planter. Let's go. It's got 25 horsepower, which is more than I thought it would have. Holds 28 liters of fuel, variable transmission, holds 274 liters of rice saplings, seedlings. I'm not quite sure what you would call that there, but we also have a 13 mile per hour, 20 kilometers per hour max speed. Weighs about a ton, and it will plant or transplant the rice at 5 miles an hour or 8 kilometers per hour. You can also see there that we have fill types for fertilizer as well as those rice pallets. Or, yeah, pallets? Yeah, pallets. And of course, the planting type is, well, naturally, the wet rice. This is certainly an interesting piece of equipment, and an interesting looking piece of equipment at that. And it may be one of the pieces of equipment for Farm Sim 25 that we've seen the most of. We got to see this in the CGI trailer. We've received this now in the Tokyo Game Show trailer. We've seen this a lot. It's kind of really cool to see it again. I do understand that some people could care less about fact sheets, but to me, they give us a really deep understanding of the different pieces of equipment and how the game is going to work and how you can utilize certain things once you're in the game. Having fact sheets on stuff like this really helps me plan out, hey, some of the stuff that I want to do and understand this piece of equipment more without being in it. And I hope these help you as well. As for everything else, we can see that this has got rice just all over it, ready to go in. My understanding is this is just going to happen automatically, rather. So you pull up, fill it up like any other seeder or planter, and they're just going to appear all over the machine. It's very cool. Also, I do believe that's a GPS unit on the front. So, hey, be using this guy with a worker, or GPS rather. Our last fact sheet today is of the Novag T-Force Plus 950 Seeder. $312,500 will get you this bad boy. 415 horsepower is required. Got a 9 meter working width, 7,700 liter capacity for seed and solid fertilizer. We'll do that at 18 tons. It is a heavy boy. 7.5 mile per hour. That is interesting. We get the points there, or 12 kilometers. Additionally, it looks like we're going to be doing wheat, barley, oats, canola, grass, cover crop, dry rice, not wet rice, dry rice, peas, and spinach. Now, this is an interesting one because we've actually seen Novag mods before, at least in Farming Simulator 19 and 22, as part of the mod hub. I'm not sure if these are on all platforms or not. I certainly know they are for PC. However, having a brand like this, a very big brand, if I must say so myself, in the base game is really cool, and I think shows that Giants are taking really good steps in the right directions to bring in pieces of equipment that some players may not be familiar with, but others are definitely familiar with. It's a very popular brand. We've also got the voucher on the front of this as well. Now, we've seen the gold voucher around before, so we won't talk much about that, but hey, it's there. Another thing I want you to pay attention to in this screenshot is just the level of detail that they've put into everything. Giant Software and their 3D modelers have done such a good job bringing everything to life. I mean, it feels like somebody just took this piece of equipment out of the thin air, basically, and threw it into a video game. Looks really good. Cannot wait to use it. Actually, I have used it, so if you haven't seen any of my preview videos, hey, definitely check those out. You get to see this in action. Those are all of fact sheets today. However, if you've missed any of the previous week's fact sheets, in week 1, we got the Valtra S Series and the Brantner TR trailer, the Iseki TJW and FarmTech 80K 650, the Merlot MF449 CS170 CV Tronic telehandler, and the Oxbow MKB 4TR spinach harvester. In week 2, the John Deere 3650 and Great Plains solid stand seeder, the highly acclaimed Case IH AF11 and the 4418N header, AgriFet Condor Endurance 2 sprayer, and the MacDon windrow, that M1240, as well as the D140 XL on the front. In week 3, we received the very unexpected Agco White 8010 series and the Anderson Merge Pro 915, the Fence 700 Vario and Bednar Omega 00 6000 FL, the Witzfar 6C RV Shift and the Krone Varipack, and returning again, the JCB 435S wheel loader. And if you missed any of the ones from last week, we also got the Kloss Evian 450 and Kloss Varia 620, the Oxbow PB2140E, Dalbo Power Chain 800, and the Anneberger HTS 22B 79 and the AW2217. If you're looking for more information on these fact sheets or maybe any of the other weeks, you can also find them in a single blog post on the Farming Simulator website, which is updated weekly with every single fact sheet. Also, since most of the machines will not be announced through these fact sheets, I'll also be showcasing all the other equipment as it's announced on the website, so get subscribed if you don't miss it. First video is already out. In total, there are 6 more Fridays to go between now and the release of FS25. In all, you can expect to see between 60 and 80 pieces of equipment in the fact sheets. However, there's going to be over 400 pieces of equipment in the base game, with more to come later and free content updates. Farm Sim 25 is going to be the biggest game that we have ever seen in the Farming Simulator franchise. Spoiler alert, and I cannot wait to show you guys some more. And with that, Farming Simulator 25 Fact Sheet Week 5 is in the books. Hey, is there anything that you think I missed, or was there anything that you wanted to see more of? Let me know. Don't forget, FS25 will be available on Tuesday, November 12th, 2024 for PC, Mac, PS5, Xbox Series, and if you haven't pre-ordered yet, now is a great time to do that. You can check the link in the description, which will take you to the pre-orders for the base game as well as the Year 1 bundle. If you've got any questions at all, please let me know, and you can check the other videos on screen right now for more FS25 coverage, including where I actually got to play the game early. Thank you for watching, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.